What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings video here on Anfield Agenda after the Reds have beaten Inter Milan over in Italy by 1-0. A Dominik Szoboszlai penalty restores some pride in the Reds and gives us a real chance to finish in that top 8 in the league format this season, which of course would mean no playoff round. Over the course of this video, I'm going to go through the referee, the players, the substitutes and the manager, give them all a score out of 10. You'll see 2 images on each card. The upper right hand corner is the average Anfield Agenda audience score, and the large square in the centre is my score. If you'd like to submit your player ratings in the future, make sure you are signed up to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. Scan the QR code in the bottom right hand corner to bring you in. If you haven't, well, still feel free, play along in the comments and let us know your thoughts. Let's get stuck into it. Loads to get through. The referee, honestly, he was shocking. Shocking. Like, even for Champions League standards, really bad. And they need to figure out what's going on with VAR, because those decisions, my God, they were taking too long. And I think he was terrible for both teams. Just not a very good referee. You can have your own take on the goal ruled out and the penalty incident, but just all around, I thought the ref was shocking. So for me, he gets a 4. And the audience have just gone a little bit higher there with a score for the ref of 4.3. Alisson Becker. You know, he wasn't overly busy tonight, but he did have a wonderful save from Martinez's header at the end of the first half. And, you know, going in at halftime at 1-0, that could have been a very different game. So big up Ali for that. Dealt with anything that came into his box as always, was back to his calm self in possession. So for Alisson, for me, I'm giving him a score of 7. And the audience has gone a bit higher for Ali with a score there of 7.2. Next up, Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. You can see that it was Gomez who was given a bit more licence to be further forward. He was really holding that width and that attacking energy on the right-hand side. Robbo was a little bit more defensively minded in this one, and it probably worked out. We weren't overly attacked down either side. I don't think anybody leaned one side or the other off the top of my head. Certainly no calamitous mistakes, and the back line kept a clean sheet. So how could you not be happy about it? So for Andy Robertson, I'm going to give a score of 6.5, and the audience have gone a little bit lower, but pretty similar with a 6.4. Now, I haven't been able to do this for a while, but let's give a little bit of love and praise to our centre-backs, because I don't think they had a mistake between them tonight. They dealt with everything that was put in aerially. No stupid fouls, no needless free kicks. A bit more of that, please. You know, keep your head screwed on, and if we can keep a clean sheet, we're never going to be too far away from a good result. So for Virgil, I'm giving him a score tonight of 7.5, and the audience have gone a bit lower there with a score for Virgil of 6.8. Next up, Ibrahim Konate, who the manager, by the way, did single out for praise. And again, the praise was pretty much for us not making a mistake at the back. But that being said, credit. Some good defensive work. He had to use his recovery pace at times tonight. And him and Virgil led the back line and kept a clean sheet. Never easy to win away from home in Italy. So well done to both of them sincerely tonight. So for Ibu, he gets a score of 7. And the audience has gone a bit lower there for Konate with a score of 6.6. And look, he was unlucky. He nearly had himself a goal. Do let me know your thoughts on that goal, by the way, in the comments. Should it have been ruled out or not? Next up, Joe Gomez, who's done a good job again, deputising at right back. I think Bradley's suspended for the weekend, so you're probably going to see Joe Gomez start the game against Brighton again. And I thought he looked solid there. You could see the difference, though, when Bradley came on. But in fairness to Joe, he dealt with everything he needed to today. And again, part of a backline that kept a clean sheet. So for Joe, he gets a 6.5, and the audience have gone a little bit lower for Joe with a score of 6.4. But Joe, can you hurry up and get us to goal, mate? We all want to see the day it happens. We're all waiting for it. You can't finish a Liverpool career without scoring that goal. Ryan Gravenberch. So there are pros and cons to a Gravenberch performance. Defensively, you're never going to get the bruising defensive shield in front of the back four. But there was a nice few occasions tonight where he broke lines, kept the ball, slid it into our attackers, and just look better in transition moving forward. We still do need that DM, but today he was part of a midfield that again did provide some cover. We lacked a little bit of width tonight, but that was intentional, and we tried to condense the middle of the pitch, and they did their job. So for Gravenberch, I'm giving him a 6.5, and the audience have gone a bit higher there for Ryan with a 6.7. I should point out, as always, that I don't know the audience scores when we go through them. I'm finding them out here in real time. So it is good to see that we're not all a million miles away from each other with our thinking. Now, this is the big test. Curtis Jones. I think he was the best player on the pitch tonight. I really do. Now, Dominik Szoboszlai got your man of the match with 71% of the vote, and congratulations to him. But Curtis Jones, I thought, was very, very good today. Always looking to be proactive, always driving forward, always looking for a pass, always available. And I hope he gets the credit he deserves for that performance. Look, there have been times, and there may be again, where we're frustrated with him. But today he showed the passion and fight that we needed, and big up Curtis for that. So I've given him an 8, and the audience have gone a bit lower there for Curtis with a score of 7.3. Next up, the match winner, Dominik Szoboszlai. Despite what you might have heard from the Anfield Agenda commentary, I can't believe I said saved when he stepped up and scored it. I don't know. My brain was not in tune with my mouth. But very relieved to have been wrong. And of course, he did score it. But as always, you're getting a good performance from Dom. Full of energy, endeavour. Again, another great forward-thinking player. He needs to work on some of the set pieces a little bit, particularly the ones that are out swingers. Too many not beating the first man for my liking. But apart from that, another good shift there for Dom. So I'm giving him a 7.5. And the audience have gone a bit higher with an 8.3, which, look, it isn't a surprise. He was your man of the match. I just think Curtis Jones deserves his flowers today. But Dom was certainly right up there with one of the better performances. Next up, Maka. I'm still not happy with him. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not. I didn't think he suited the more advanced position that he was playing today in the first half. And I think Wirtz showed what a real playmaker in that role is like when he came on. So for Maka today, look, I've got to be honest, I still think he's searching for his best form, and he'd probably be getting a spell on the bench when everybody's fit if I was in charge. So I'm going to give him a 5.5, and the audience are going a bit higher there with a score of 6.3. But honestly, I'm just not seeing enough of it from Alexis this season. I don't think he's been at the races. Next up, Hugo Ekitike, who was really, really good to see tonight. Again, no lack of energy. It'll be interesting to see if we do see him and Isak play alongside each other going forward, because right now there's no denying, if you're picking one striker, it's Hugo, because he's streets ahead of Isak at the minute. And again, really happy with him since he's come into the club. So tonight he wasn't given a whole lot of service. He did have a shot that was blocked that, maybe if he had taken a slight second quicker, could have got a strike on goal without it being blocked. But look, I'm nitpicking here. So I'm giving him a 7 because I was really happy with his performance. And most importantly, his work rate on and off the ball. And you guys have given him a 6.9. Now, Isak, again, is just not good enough yet. It's just not by a long way. And a lot of the time I've been saying it's them not finding the runs for him, them not finding the space for him. But his touch today looked off. He looked languid. He looked slow. It's just not there yet, and a long way away from being there yet. So honestly, he needs to buck up his socks here and get playing better very quickly, because you come in with a big price tag, and it was a tough summer to get him into the club. Now he needs to start repaying that and working hard and finding a way forward. So today I've given him a 4 because I really wasn't happy with it at all. And the audience have gone there for a 5.2 for Isak. But do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next up, Florian Wirtz. Apparently had a knock, which is why he didn't start the game. But you've seen the difference he made when he came on, especially as the game started to become a little bit more stretched as Milan were getting tired and those pockets of space were showing. He knows how to exploit them. I thought he was really, really good when he came on. So I'm giving him a 7, and that is a high score for me for a substitute. And the audience thinking similarly with a score there for Flo of 7.1. Now, Connor Bradley, again, much like Florian Wirtz, I think he pushed on from where those that were on ahead of him were. Joe had a very steady game, no doubt about that. But Bradley made a difference when he came on, as did Wirtz. And the energy levels in particular for Connor Bradley were spot on. Great touch as well to control the ball on his chest with a long diagonal played into him. He played an early ball across, and I think that was the Ekitike opportunity I was talking about a minute ago that was blocked. Straight into the action. Stay fit, and we're good. What a decision he has, actually, for the right side. Bradley, Frimpong, two lads who are absolutely full of energy. So yeah, for me, delighted with Bradley today, and I'm giving him a 7. The audience, again, seeing something similar with a score there for Connor of 7.3. And now, the manager, who had to find something, and did. Had to find a solution for the players who were out ill or injured, and did. And yeah, it wasn't easy on the eye, but it was effective. And going away from home in Europe, you want to keep it tight and you want to just find a moment. And we did. And we were unlucky in the first half with the incident for Canade's goal. And maybe the penalty was a little bit soft. But ultimately, I think we deserved it. I think we were more on the front foot. There's still a lot more to come. But the response from the players was clear. They're still fighting for the jersey. They're still fighting for that manager. And I'm not thinking everything's hunky-dory, far from it. But I'll never not be happy with a Liverpool win. And Arne deserves his credit for finding a way tonight to get that done. Yes, we had to sacrifice width, but it doesn't matter. He got a result, and that means a lot at this moment in time. Now we need to build on that against Brighton. So for Arne tonight, he gets a 6.5, and the audience aren't too far away again with a score there for the manager of 6.3. So that's what I've got to say. That's what the audience have had to say. Now it's over to you. Don't forget there will be a late night news video coming out tonight to take you through the latest with the Salah situation and the transfer window. You can expect that to drop after midnight at some point. I'll see you tomorrow for a video at about 4:30. Connor will be here in the morning. But thank you once again for showing up tonight. If you haven't, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. And most importantly, enjoy yourselves. The Reds have won. It's a nice feeling. We could do it a bit more of it. We'll talk soon.